purple gradients. I agree. I don't know why they default. Why do they default purple? We don't need purple. We're done with purple. We added a lot. Brain's going crazy today. Brain is going crazy today. Come in, boys and girls. A lot's going down. We're moving fast. This is not like the government. We're moving fast. All right? Let me think for a second. We launched a lot yesterday. I'm gonna give some updates. I'm gonna give some, obviously going live every single day. Most days. Obviously not weekends. We shipped a lot yesterday. We got rid of the bad icons. That was a while ago. We put out a personal workspace. That's going to be coming down the line. We also put out articles. We got our first 2 articles, so you can create your own articles. We have a poll over here. Whatever works. I think that's a great answer. Whatever works. I'm going to tighten up this. I'm going to tighten this up. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to tighten this up. I also am going to share what the value proposition of this entire community is. I filmed an absolute banger yesterday. Absolute banger. There we go. Let's get that over there. Purple, Mark. I don't know why it defaults to purple. Why do we have purple as our default? And then this video, where is it? Videos. This video that I filmed yesterday, okay? If you are not part of the community, you are going to be missing out. I don't even know where it is. Tell me it was actually filmed. There it is. This video that I filmed yesterday about how to think. This is one of the most important videos I'm going to make. About how to think. So, I am telling you right now, this will change your life. It's only going to be available because it gets spicy. It gets spicy. And I've said this many times. It's only going to be available to the members. And we're doing a little bugs today as well. We're doing a lot of bugs today. Only available to the members. The members area is going to get blown out. It's going to be smart people building, designing, creating, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, coders, safety, security, architecture. It doesn't matter. That's what the community is going to be about. So that's why it gets a little spicy. We talk about the novel boys. But I just go on a rampage. I just keep on going and going and going and going and going. I don't even have space anymore. I don't even know where to put this. Oh my gosh, I gotta rate. Uh-oh. Do you want to join? Dude, looking at the news and just go to Perplexity, please, for goodness sakes. Just go to Perplexity for a second. This music is I still cannot hear myself think for a second. I still cannot hear myself think. Is there anyone up in my brain right now? Pull this down. There is so much in the news, it's not even a joke anymore. Let's go to the bugs. By the way, how funny is this? Our boy, Matt Miller, Rich Mind Bridge Voice, watching that guy yesterday. Someone in the chat said, Matt, there's gotta be a better way to do bugs. And I'm walking and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. And he goes, yeah, I know there probably is. And then he just kept on, he's copying and pasting and taking this and then doing that. And I'm just like, and then he's prompting every bug. And I'm like, oh boy, Matt needs to be part of this community. He needs to be part of this community. Hey, Matt, I got it right here. Hey, listen, we also added in video ideas. We're going hard in the paint. I'm building out a video library that's going to just blow your socks away. You're not even going to see where the socks landed. You're going to say, is that a red sock? Is that a white sock? Is that from Boston or is that from Chicago? By the way, look up the how they got the White Sox. That's a fun story to look up. Talking about gambling. My dad was from Chicago. So if you have an idea on a video that you want me to cover. I talked about last week. Yesterday was how to think. Last week was ideas and value. What is value? Because this is the deep core to business. And to be honest, the deep core to how do I ideate? Ideate is, how do I think of ideas? How do I think of features? How do I look at something and say, this is good, this is bad? And as I say in the video, it's launched nowhere, but it will be only available to the members because it gets spicy. This is a reality right here. We're just going to do a little class before these things finish up. This is a reality. There is a reality. It's objective. There's objective morality. There's a way the world works. It was solved in the 1500s, 1400s. Okay, and then we've completely dissolved and devolved from there. We have not evolved. I mean, intellectually. Yeah, we have planes and we have mobile devices and everything else, but intellectually we have gone into the gutter. And you can learn any skill you want, and I go over it. Claude is any AI model is a divergence from subjective reality. Clip that one. Put that one on Twitter. AI is trying to get to absolute truth on everything. And there is an absolute truth. We've already solved this. Humankind has already solved it. That's why we look in and we see beautiful buildings and beautiful artwork and beautiful music. We've solved the whole way to do music, art, building, architecture. That's beauty. That's truth. That's goodness. It's all one. There's an equal sign. Truth, goodness, and beauty. Truth is essentially the farthest from subjective reality. And you have to be able to get to as far to the left on this chart to objective reality as you can if you want to think properly and not be stressed out. That's the best way to say it. That's the best way to say it. I think I'm going to change the way in which I'm operating and potentially go to an Alex Finn style. Where I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'm just creating content, putting it in the members area, and building potentially silently. Because what I've noticed is that when I go through all of these articles, see these tabs up here? All these are articles. These all make sense to me. But to the average person, they look at it and they go, what is dark energy? Okay, dark energy, and they said that the models from the mathematics from the early 1900s is correct. That's been debunked. That's why they need new models. Dark energy is something we don't understand, so we just call it dark energy. Okay, that makes complete sense. And by the way, this is coming down the line as well. This is coming down the line. I think I want to go live and literally just make sense of the news because no one is. I don't know anyone who's going to be as intellectually honest about what things mean because this is going to come down. Illinois is a massive state. It has Chicago. The third largest, I don't know how they do it. LA is probably the largest, even though it's like 10 square miles or something. It's wild. So they literally say every 3 years, listen, this is such fraud, by the way. This is all fraud. Once you hear this word, once you hear these three words, you know there's fraud involved. Independent, third party. And then oh my gosh, you can't even make this up. I didn't even read this. I saw the caption before. What did I say? The 20th century was about independence, consumerism, capitalism, consume, independent, no collectivism. I'm my own truth. In other words, they need you to consume, to be in the rat race, to not think and to be stupid and dumb and just buy stuff. And everything's going to be okay because we have it handled. We are passing laws and we're having an independent third party. Independent. We just like put out bids but we happen to weirdly choose the same bids that I am tied to and get. Anyway, we're not going to go deep into that. The 21st century is going to revolve around this key word only: safety. We don't want you to drive because AI is better. It's just safer. Don't you want to be safe? It's safe and effective. They're going to do that with everything. With cars, with robots, with everything. With your job. No, it's safe if everyone just goes on to universal basic income. You don't think. We'll do the thinking for you. It's okay. No. We have a safety. Audits. They like to throw around these sorry, my phone was on. Buzzwords. I think I am going to make sense of the news because though I want to build publicly, articles are cutting off. I already gave you my investigation found that the stored article is, this might have been fixed actually. Hardened safety. What do you recommend? Give me a recommendation. Because right now the community is just like minor touches need to happen. Minor touches. The major thing is content and videos and articles. That's the major thing. If someone wants to join, they say, oh, I believe Charles knows what he's talking about. I want more of Charles. Let's join the community. They join the community and they go, oh, there's a lot of these people. And they're global. And they're not from Estonia. Oh, man. That boy's not going to live his life down.
I'm 17 years old. I'm from Estonia, and I know how the world works. The United States is,
This is what I'm talking about. Look at what happened. They said they had no warning. No warning. Many of the workers discovered that they lost their jobs only after being locked out of their company devices and accounts. Huh. Well, between Meta and Webflow, I think we know one thing that is necessary. A company's reputation matters. Before, it was who pays the best. Okay, Goldman? Who cares? But now, in the world of I know my worth and my talent, I'm not going to go to a place that literally locks me out. I'll give you an example. When they announced layoffs in Oppenheimer funds, my first job out of college, took me a little bit longer to graduate, but I go to Oppenheimer funds. It's down by the Trade Center. It's in World 2, I think it is. It's been so many years and I just didn't like the job. They said they brought us all together, company-wide meeting, all together in a big conference room overflowing. The CEO flies in from Denver and he goes, listen, you obviously know there's a housing crisis, there's a financial crisis, and it's gonna be the first layoffs in 100 years of us doing business. We've never laid anyone off in a mass layoff. And he gave us all 3-month severance. That's a reputation that goes around and like, oh, thank you for 3 months to find a new job, instead of Linda Tong saying, you're done. It's that meme. You're done here. You're done. Go find a new job, by the way. Where? Meta, 10% of the workforce gone. Siri, what? 2,500, 3,000 jobs. Washington State, read yesterday, what is it? Amazon or someone else. 1,300 jobs just in Washington State. There's, 1,301 people in Washington State? There's 5,000 people and half of them got laid off yesterday. So people don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They're in this weird thing. The government is molasses. Large corporations are molasses. They're not going to adopt this. But I'm telling you right now, in 5 to 7 years, there's going to be major disruption of major companies that have been legacy companies. The Salesforce, the Adobes, the GEs, well, maybe not GEs as much because they're more hardware than software, but major companies are going to be affected. Why do you say that, Charles? Because this is happening. Salesforce shares, like all of this. And by the way, why'd they throw this in? This is why I'm here. We got to make sense of the news. I think I'm going to build in the background and just give you the news, because that Marvel matters. Why does Marvel matters? Where is everyone right now? On their cell phone. Content is going to be everything. And guess who's the only company right now doing any kind of video? Gemini, Google. They're the only ones doing video. Anthropic's not doing video. OpenAI has photo. That's it. They don't, like, yes, there's companies that are wrapping around, but there's no major frontier. There's Chinese models that are doing it. And guess what China just did? Guess what China just did? By the way, look at the size of this footprint. I met a guy who is in construction, in building, everyone's met someone that's been in construction. He actually built warehouses. He did, maybe not this scale, but he did warehouses. You know, you have big companies like, say, Amazon. He built for Amazon. He was an independent of Amazon, but he got hired by Amazon and he built warehouses for them. This is so hard to do. People don't understand the amount of planning and permits, and they have to avoid violations and safety and requirements and just getting everything, like, let alone putting robots, an assembly line of robots. You literally have robotic factory rather than laying concrete and putting up steel walls and steel ceiling. That's way different than building this. And he wants to build 100 or 10 million robots. I'm going to tell you one thing. This is, data centers is one thing, but that's really in the just don't build it near me kind of mindset, unfortunately, for a lot of people. And listen, data centers are run by enterprise models. It's not run by me. I'm running my stuff on Mac Studio. So get mad at the enterprise. Don't get mad at me. I like AI. It's freeing me from the chains and the bonds of society. The one pushback will be robots. They will be robots. I've seen videos of people like flipping robots, beating up robots, the ones that deliver food. I saw a video of that. When they get in the way of humans, that's when humans get mad. That's the thing. I don't think, hear me out, I'm in New York City. People don't like people that get in their way right now. Imagine if a robot who's confused by surrounded of humanity and like can't, it's not gonna operate. You're not gonna be in major cities. You're gonna be in like Memphis, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. You're not gonna be in Chicago, LA, New York, San Francisco, Miami, Boston. It's too crowded already. What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? You're gonna go to like, you know, Tulsa. You're gonna go to Omaha. And you're gonna have these things buzzing around. You're not gonna be in major cities, that's for sure. And 10 million, he's been off on his projections in the past. I don't think he's gonna come anywhere near that because the pushback is gonna be wild. The robots potentially will live in manufacturing. That's my, I think it'll be, it's not gonna be in the public. If anything, it's gonna be on the assembly line, making cars, sorting packages, maybe delivering packages in a robo-taxi. So now you have the taxi and the robot. It's like double layers. But the issue is the government. The government doesn't know what to do. So they start doing, oh, I already closed it out. Did I already close it out? Yeah, so the reason Marvel is going up is because people do not want to think. That's why this video that I did that's going to be available to the members is so important. I've said it before. They want you entertained and distracted. The world is down here. You cannot get past the distraction. The iCharles community is getting us past the entertainment and distraction. And it's no longer Pareto's principle of 80-20. I personally think it's 95-5. I can be convinced it's 90-10. 10% of anything yields 90% of the results. On anything. 10% of the players hit 90% of the home runs. 10% of the CEOs make 90% of the money. 10% of the politicians stay there 90% of the time. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't care. You could throw in anything. 10% of the kids have 90% of the popularity. 10% of the influencers have 90% of the followers. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is the way you think dictates your happiness, which is a feeling that's fleeting, your contentness, which is longevity, and your worth. And essentially that's what this was talking about. For whatever you want to say on it, Pope Leo's encyclical talked about the human dignity of the person, and that's going to be up in question. That's going to be up in question. What do we do? Well, O'Leary and what's his name, Cenk Uygur, got into a yelling match at one of the things hosted by the CEO guy. Where is it? Where O'Leary said you're going to be 20% more productive, and Cenk Uygur said, yeah, but that's 20% less people in the workforce. I agree with both of them. That's the thing. I agree with both of them. You can't look at this subjectively. Either way, you can't look at this as black and white. It's completely gray. It's going to help out society. It's going to decentralize everything. And at the same, it's going to disrupt every facet of our life. It's going to touch everything. Law, manufacturing, transportation, energy, education, finance, fashion, entertainment, everything, social media. There is not one facet of society. They have it here. Goldman Sachs said it's going to affect 300 million people's jobs, like within the next whatever amount of time. It was somewhere. I think they're being very generous on that. I think it's or very conservative. I think it's going to be 8 billion people. 1 billion people will be affected. 1 billion people. There's a huge rural population, but I think it's going to be 1/8 of the world is going to be affected. Whether it's through automation, whether it's through education, and then the government's going to come in and they're going to say, and I haven't looked at any of the chat, by the way, sorry about that, is Anthropic is the guys who's seeming as the moral authority on AI. OpenAI is not, and that's why this guy who predicted the short is saying that there is a bubble right here. .com bubble. This guy predicted what happened in 2009, where all of the junk loans to people that could not afford it was going to just collapse and there would be mass foreclosures. And that's what happened. If I'm buying a house for $500,000, I literally did not need to put any money down. That's insane. That's insane. So I could just buy any house. Doesn't matter about your credit score, what you make. They just were writing off loans. Who cares? Who cares? Oh, you want to construct? All right, here's 120,000 or 120%. So 100% financing plus 20% in financing. Or I'm sorry, in construction. It was crazy what happened. And this guy predicted it. And he got rich. He got rich. He got rich from his prediction. I think he is going to be very, very right on these two companies. I think he's going to be very right on that company. This is not financial advice, in my opinion. Allegedly, all of this is just a joke. I think this company right here they owe so many investors a return. And I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I just don't see, your reputation matters. And right now, this company has it. This company has it. This company does not have it. They're coming first, they're coming second, and they're coming third. It will be very interesting how much money comes in. It will be very interesting the following day. Because what happens is, Goldman launches it, all the rich boys get their money, they get their cash out, they get their money, and then the stock plummets when it comes public to us. That's obviously in a complete facade nutshell, but that's why I'm like, I think my job, build the community, go live about the news, make short videos like this about how do I prepare myself for life. And I literally say, this is the key right here. Get out of the way, Charles. Get out of the way. There we go. This is the key. You got to be humble. And you got to say this. I don't know. Because every skill starts with, I don't know. Michael Jordan doesn't make the varsity team. That summer, he said, I don't know how to play basketball, but I'm going to make it a skill. I'm going to make it a skill. That happened in high school for him. That could happen in health, money, business, code, vibe coding, building, your relationships, your marriage, thinking, anything. Anything. And you got to become a small C creator. Silent, humble, I don't know. That's essentially but obviously the video goes into more detail. All right. We got our first 2 articles live in the community. First 2 articles. Bug is smashed on my windshield. I am so bullish on what I'm building. It's wild. I had my buddy text me yesterday. He's like, oh, I tuned into a couple of the vibe coding sessions. Very positive, things like that. And, well, if he's watching, you didn't text me back. But once you show up every single day and you learn a skill slowly, that skill must evolve. The government is not evolving. And that's what today's video, when I'm off camera, that whiteboard session is going to be talking about that. Because the first one was, what is value? How do I bring value? The second one right here is think. I made other ones, but I just didn't turn on the freaking microphone. I was worried this one wasn't recording. I'm literally going on a whim. Right here, I'm just going on a whim. All right, so this might be one of the most important videos. Oh boy. All right, let's smash more bugs. Let's get it. But I do think that there will be a bubble with a lot of companies. I don't want to throw out words like Figma, Salesforce, Adobe. Webflow literally does that to their people. Salesforce, there's going to be major disruption. The Fortune 500 is going to look radically different in 5 years. Like, you won't even recognize the companies. Who's to say there's not a Fortune 500 company that literally has 1 or 2 people? They invent something better than silicone chips that Apple is now buying from. Kind of like what they were doing with Intel. And now they're back in bed with Intel, ironically enough. This I agree with. Our school is going to be major. Oh, by the way, she used to be the New York City Randy Weingarten. My mom got booted because she did not go along with the teachers union. Unions in general just need to be banned. We are so far beyond unions. They do nothing for the teachers and they do nothing for the children. It does everything for the union leaders and administrators. And that goes for any union. They just had a strike, the MTA strike. 500,000 people were affected. 500,000 people were affected. Samsung just went on strike, and whether it's true or not, I didn't look it up, but it was in the elevator of the news, which is curated, so I can focus. That's how they get you. They said some people are now going to be able to, it was like some people or most people or whatever, is going to be now have a pay package or a retirement package, I don't know, $650,000. $650,000. MTA goes on strike. 300,000 travelers now cannot get to New York City. You're talking about cops, policemen, hospital workers, nurses, surgeons, lawyers, judges, real estate broker, like moms, dads, servers, cooks. 300,000 people are affected because the highest paying people, it's probably against their will. It was the union who was like, yeah, we're going to affect all the union people and all of the people. They were getting a 10% pay upgrade, which was higher than it was last year, which was higher than the year before, which was higher than the year before. The average salary was like $125. You clip tickets. Like, let's be honest. AI, we're just gonna have a robot now. Robot going up and down. All right, let's see your ticket. And they're gonna be nice, they're gonna smile. They're gonna say, hey, I recognize you, you're Charles. Your ticket's on me. Oh boy, all right, we're going on rants. We're going on rants. I'm probably gonna pivot away from, where is this coming from, by the way? I gotta look at this, all right. Sup, Chuck? You see the new benchmark on how GPT-5 absolutely dunks on Opus. Yeah, that was shared in the community, and then why is the chat not moving? I don't know. Yeah, I don't believe benchmarks. From an insider, said that a lot of the benchmarks, they're paid. And who has the most amount of money? OpenAI. Who also has a lot of money? China. So then you use it. That's the thing, is when you use it, what are your results? OpenAI, I heard, takes a really long time. Like, yeah, it might produce something, but it takes 2 times the amount of time. That's like when people say, why don't you use Chinese models? Well, it may not do a good enough job. Okay, so that's a benchmark. You know, visually, maybe database, maybe wiring, maybe coding, whatever. Architecture, safety, security, I have no idea. I just want the best at all times. I want the best. And Anthropic is getting the best, and that's why they made a deal with Microsoft. Microsoft had an option. And by the way, Microsoft, they're in the meetings, we're not. That is a big deal. This is a huge deal. That Microsoft did not go with OpenAI before OpenAI is going to launch. That's a big deal. They know that, what did Microsoft have? Copilot or whatever they had? They know, you know what? We're not in the game of being a Anthropic, but we're gonna use your model. That's smart. That's smart. That was me saying, hey, listen, I have a Mac Studio. I can't run videos on my Mac Studio. Let's run it through YouTube servers. Actually, YouTube's ugly, and they ask you to sign in, and their embed is ugly, and I am a professional. I want it beautiful. We got to put it on Cloudflare. We got to pay for it. And that's what Microsoft is doing. Listen, we're not going to beat OpenAI, Chinese models, NVIDIA, Open Model, or Anthropic. Let's do a deal. You're saying the opposite of relativism. Yeah, I know. Relativism is debunked. That is probably the worst thing that came out of the Enlightenment. And the Dark Ages were not dark, by the way. Good day. I got a magic link. Kevin O'Leary is a bad, bad person. Yeah, I don't know anything about... I'm surprised he was behind that data center, to be honest. That's different rooms to be in. That's different rooms to be in. And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's in this crowd right here. That's in that crowd. I didn't know he was in those rooms. Those are different rooms. Those are rooms I hope to never be in. Never be in. The bubble is clear. We don't have infinite materials to make chips. Yeah, well, that is what the woman from, where is she? She said the exact same thing. She said it's not going to ease until 2028 at the earliest. So that's probably the bubble, you're right. That's probably the bubble. She said there's not enough until the end of 2027. So that's essentially, and this is a big one right here. So America, we have obviously the Dow Jones, we have NASDAQ. You can go on any of those. What is Anthropic going on? Or SpaceX AI? I think SpaceX AI is going on NASDAQ. Yeah, they are. This is very interesting. So China is betting on AI tokens, and we are going ahead on GPU compute contracts. So they're going parallel, but very distinct strategies to create futures. That's very interesting. Is it going to be on AI tokens or is it going to be on GPU? Personally, I think it's going to be on AI tokens, and then the tokens will be based on, the worth of the token is based on where it's coming from. That's a very interesting, because GPU, I guess that matters, because if you put it into context, I'm charged for every minute someone watches one of my videos. So that's not how large I'm taking up on their servers. They're talking about how much streaming I'm using. What is their ROM instead of their storage? I guess that's the right terminology. Correct me if I'm wrong. OpenAI has the best models, will continue to be the best models. I can tell you from industry experience that they do not have the best models. Oh man, OpenAI. All right. So if you want to create a article, go to the articles. If you want to request a video, like the last two, what is value? What do you think the future, like be specific. Don't be like, how do I wake up at 8:30 every single day? All right, let's go over here. Let's go to bugs. Negative post. By the way, I think I fixed, by the way, the points. We can't be exploiting the points, boys. Can't be exploiting the points. And the feed, this is something that's been on my mind. This is something that's been on my mind. We got to tighten this up. We got to button this up. So we're going to take a full screenshot and we are going to bring it over here. Nope. You can't go away on me like that. That was way too slow, Charles. That was like playing basketball in the 40s. All right, let's go like that. Let's just do a full screenshot. Let's bring that over here. All right, let's bring this down here. Very, very important one. We got to be very precise on this. What we're gonna do is button up the main feed. Right now, it's way too much space between components and words. When it comes to the actual posts, I want it to be 25% less between lines. Do the same thing on the components on the right side. When it comes to recent articles, today's poll, I want that to be from the top and the bottom to be 25% less. Do that for the left menu items as well, 25% less spacing. And that is, what I'm talking about is between the rows. I also want you to remove hi Chuck, what's on your mind? That needs to be removed. The first thing is gonna be the how to post. Then below that is for you latest and following. That needs to be 75% less from the post and from for you latest and following. Before you do anything, come back in a bullet point list and tell me exactly what I just told you to do. There we go. Let's get that out there. Wow. Wow, I just went on a rampage. The reason being is negative posted ago counter on the feed. Oh, interesting. Let's do this. Let's get that into here. Let's put that over there. And by the way, I agree with what the schools are doing with no screens. I have heard absolutely both sides, the composer and the tabs first. Yes. Do all of it. Do all of it. Oh, only the gaps between the poser, row guard 75. Cut the gap below the tab row down from the composer by 75% and the gap below it. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. So he's saying cut this. No, I mean from latest to the post is what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Oh, I can't even put it in there. I mean from the actual posting component to for you latest row. I think that's what it was saying on, there we go. Maybe I should shoot a screenshot over there. I agree with what the school is doing. Very interesting, the morality is going to come into question. Morality is going to come into question. And regardless of what the Pope says or anything else, why does that matter? Because the people that are going to work at these firms are either going to work at OpenAI because they get a lot of money, you know, won't say any names, or Karpathy goes to a company because he goes, I think I like what they're doing there better. That's a big hire. That's a big hire. You know, you have OpenClaw fella going away. Where was here we go. Totally agree with this. There should be no screens all the way to 18. Like, yes, you need to have AI class, and class in the future is literally just, but you need to know how to think. Unfortunately, right now, that's not what school is about. School is about, I can't believe she's still like, it's like, just be a Nancy Pelosi and just go. Just retire, just use your 50 million, go to a boat and just sail around the world. You know, like, it's not all about let's be in this for power and money and influence and I'm the most important person in the world. You know, our school system is not ready for what's happening. I'll go back to it. By the way, this is big. The East is going to be doing a lot of deals with each other. They're going to be doing a lot of deals with like energy, potentially currency, compute. It'll be interesting. Like, China didn't do a deal with all of the CEOs that came over except for Boeing, and they took 500 jets. That's not a lot of money to fly over the President of the United States, the Treasury Secretary, Elon Musk. All of these CEOs go to China and not one deal is had. I think there was a lot of potential yelling, maybe a lot of disagreement, allegedly, in my opinion, because the East, and by the East, I mean, you take Russia, like Scandinavia and those countries and the Baltics and pretty much Europe is not involved. Well, Ministral, we just saw, I think that's French. I think, but China, Russia, going through all of, maybe not, yeah, like Hong Kong and Shanghai, Taiwan, then you're like coming around underneath and you're going like Middle East, Saudi Arabia, you know, Qatar, UAE, it's going to be a big, it's like half moons. The half moon around Europe and Scandinavia and the Baltic region, they're going to flop. And then the East coming up into the Middle East is going to be, skip Italy because they're done. You go right into the Middle East, a lot of the Arab countries, and then the United States, that's it. Canada's not involved, South America's not involved, UK is not involved, Africa's not involved. This is like global. This is going to be a global turf. It already was global, but this is going to be wild what happens. There's a lot of warring factions in the background, that's for sure. Why is this a thing? He might be on a job. What's better, to be taught how to think or be told what to think? Yeah, how to think is everything. I was on a call with a guy, and he essentially was working out a problem that if I told you, you would probably tell me it's not true. He was texting me a small problem, and it had to do with a light bulb. I was like, yeah, we can have the super do what you want that to change the light bulb. He's a grown man, making well into the six figures, just simple, basic stuff, simple, basic thinking. They see a problem, and they need someone to solve it for them across their whole life, except at work. They've got tunnel vision there. And that's school. That is school. School was never supposed to be what it is right now. School was always supposed to be how, people can disagree, how the church taught it. You have to reason through logic to your decision. That's what it is. It's never, how do I feel? No. I don't care how you feel. The reality is, we have a problem and we need to solve for the problem. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter how I feel. A lot of deals. Yeah, this is interesting. They're only leasing it for 6 months. That doesn't make any sense. 180 days. I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense to me. How can you, as a Frontier lab, just lease it for 6 months? Maybe they don't have the money? I don't know, but that's interesting because they had to disclose a lot in that prospectus. And that's a big deal because maybe Elon didn't want it, but this is what everyone was talking about. It's a $1.25 billion contract through 2029. That sounds normal. Exceeding 40 billion. That sounds normal. A 6 month does not. 6 month does not. Doesn't make any sense. All right, so that's doing that. You have 2 new, let's go. Oh, feature requests. Why would you be there? You have 2 feature requests over here. That's stupid. That was literally just put in. That was not there a minute ago. That is a dumb feature. That blue horizontal needs to go away. That is a bad user experience. Remove that immediately. And then we need people writing articles. Okay, there we go. Tightened it up. Much better. Let's see what the feed looks like. Okay, remove that. What else can we do? I don't know. This doesn't look... I like this. Maybe we should even remove that because everything is latest right now. Maybe even have it to the right here. No, that takes up too much space. By the way, vote. Today's vote. So the articles, by the way, great article. All right, so that's gonna get filled in. Obviously it doesn't look good right now. Back to articles, that needs to be tightened up right there. That needs to be tightened up right now. Let's go over here. Let's put that into a new window. I was not fast enough. Every time you go to this page, when these people talk right here, that company talks, you listen. Palantir, 3 of their guys just got funding. They broke away. Former executives. Very interesting what they build. There's a lot of money that is changing hands right now. A lot of investments. A lot. I was just listening to a conversation yesterday. They're going to some very well-known, so they call it a family office, when someone is very wealthy and they essentially have just an estate and multiple homes and maybe a jet and whatever. But this person is a very well-known person. If I said the name, you'd know who they are. And I'm surprised this person said this out loud. They're like, oh, I'm going to this person's, they live in New York City, they're very famous, entertainment-wise. I'm going to their family office tomorrow to pitch them. Dude, all these family offices are getting pitched right now. And people need money. People need compute. And then if people are actually, like, I understand people care about politics. This is not a time to care about politics. This is a time to understand how are you preparing for the future? What are you doing? You have to get objective. You can't put your subjective feelings on anything right now. It's moving way too fast. The real estate market nationally is hurting. That affects so much. Construction, attorneys, banks, financing, brokers, buyers, materials, labor. It's what, trillions of dollars are wrapped around real estate. But the problem is, they're talking about high inflation. The highest inflation we've had since the global thing. Well, that has something to do with some kind of strait that's closed. But if they raise interest rates to bring down inflation, do you understand that will do a lot to a lot of people on top of AI? And then people just literally are looking at this. They're like, yeah, that's unaffordable. So what does that affect? That affects people going to parties, people traveling, people going far distances, people just using gas. And then gas affects everything that you buy, which then inflation goes up. And then what do you raise interest rates after that? Continue. So very interesting what's going to happen. And you got to be prepared for it. That's the entire community. Entire community is people that are going to be prepared for this. All right, let's go to this. This needs to go away. All right, we got to tighten this up. The screen space is very important. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's say this. You know what? That should be all on the same row. The community article doesn't need to be there above the title. Then move the AI models or whatever category it's in to the same row as the date and the user who submitted it and the words. Then make the title about 2 font sizes smaller, and also back to articles needs to be on the right above related articles. So the title is only about 10 pixels from the top. And I don't think this image should be as big as it is. That's a big image. It is 16 by 9. I'm wondering if we just get right into it and we put this after the first paragraph. We buttoned up this, by the way. We buttoned up that. That was way too much space. Way too much space. That's a cool feature. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, so that, and then you can also, we should have bookmark at the top. Bookmark should be up here. Let's do bookmark. Add to the to-do list that you also add a bookmark icon and the word bookmark on the same row as well. Also notice how text is bigger than header. There should also be a font size option. That's actually a good idea. Font size option. It also is weird because it doesn't wrap. Maybe that's better. Do you like the font itself? Dude, it is 1,000 degrees in this freaking thing. 1,000 degrees. The things I do for you. All right, well, that looks good for now. Let's go to no videos, good. So that was taken out. Let's go to bugs. Now let's make sure substantial optimization. Okay, so that's been sitting there for a bit. That's been sitting there for a bit. Let's go to remove blue. Okay, so that was removed. Thank you for your service. Get out of here. Let's go over here. And so you want member structured identification. And then the other one was also for the bugs identification. And also, let's go to working on and features. I like that idea. Let's copy that. Let's move that into the bottom here. Let's send that out. Also, I was thinking on the left side, or on the right side, we should have potentially something that says, what are you working on? What are you working on? All right, so it said that it replaced it with but it's two different colors. That doesn't make any sense. Let's go over here. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Which one do you like better, the light or the... Come on, get in there. The light or the dark? The light one. And we don't need this line at all. That's stupid. As you can see from the screenshot, the buttons do not actually match. We need to do the lighter one throughout, and also remove this line from the top and capitalize article, the A in articles. Remove this line from the top. All right, let's squeeze that in right there. Let's send that out. All right, I had a friend use Claude. You could add dyslexic font for readers that have that issue. I would honestly use font like Poppins for articles. Huh. Let's see what those look like. Never heard of, I've heard of the M one. I'm not even going to attempt to say it. Let's see that. Give me examples. Give me examples. You probably just did. Give me examples of both in paragraph form and the same paragraph. Let's send that out. Nano banana. See, that's what, yeah, that failed. What went wrong? That was stupid. Give me a Google Fonts. Jeez. Making. Let's see what it looks like. Wow. Let's go a little bit smaller. Yeah, I don't like that one. Let's go with Poppins. Okay, that's Indian. All right, let's try the first one again. Which one is that I have right now? Let's go, alternatives. No, don't like that one. Let's see. Let's go with, let's see this again in paragraph. I don't know. Kind of hard. Kind of, it's a little too close together. The letters are too close together. It's a little hard on the eyes. All right, so that's this. Okay, let's reload. All right, this looks good, but the problem is the right does not scroll. Right menu does not scroll with the page, and it has to scroll all the way until we reach the bottom. Let's go like this. I'm hearing DMs in the background. Who's DMing? All right, let's go over here. On the main feed, the right menu has to scroll with the user until it reaches the bottom of the right menu, and then it stops. And as they scroll up, so does the menu on the right side until it gets to the top. That's gonna be messed up, I guarantee it. Guarantee it. 100% messing that one up. Terribly explained. That's on me, Claude. Article spacing, okay. Negative post counter, unique IDs. That's easy. Replace the gradient, okay. We're humming. We're humming. The videos, I think they actually did something right in their life. If you go here and you click that, it did everything I needed it to do. So this is like the 10th step. Obviously the thumb could be better, and I went in and I adjusted and I said, how do we make this better? But that's a good article. Before, it was messing up so bad. So bad. Obviously, this is too far away. Big space there. It was so bad. It was hallucinating so much on Open Router. It was adding in timestamps that weren't there. I'm going to a thing tonight. I'm looking forward to it. You have to go to Google Fonts. Going to trivia night. And a girl texted me and she's like, do you want to, and she previously liked me on a dating thing. I don't know how that's possible. Like in 8 million people. And I think she was probably saying, can we be in the same group? She's like, oh, do you want to be in the group with the pretty girls? I was like, what guy who's single is going to be like, nah, put me in with dudes. I really want to win. There's probably guys out there, you know. It's so funny when you see a video. Apparently there is a video going viral about Diary of a CEO, and you're like, it's viral for those that stay on the internet. That might be a video as well. That is, come on, you can't. This has happened way too often this week. Way too often this week. The ultimate rizzer. Yeah, we'll see what group I'm in tonight. It'll be very, very interesting. Because I don't know anyone there. I know this girl. I know one of the guys. He's a little, you know, he's a nice guy, but he's. Let's hope he's not my group. And that's all I know out of 60. And they all know each other. They all know each other. So I'm walking into the Lion's Den. They're like, hey, hi, I'm here. Hi, my name is, it's Charles. Todd's my middle name, Charles Todd Bodenstead. I'm a vibe coder. I don't know if you've heard, but there's stuff with AI that's coming down the line that might be affecting some jobs, and I kind of make sense for it for some people, and, you know, I go, why are you walking away? Why are you walking away? Oh, you're changing my group? I'm going to be in the group with the weird guy? Oh, boy, I'm the weird guy now. Uh-oh. Old girl is like, so, Betsy, you were telling me that guy, the new guy, was someone you wanted in our group? Because, like, during trivia, I just want to have fun. I want to turn my brain off. I just want to have fun. I want to flirt with someone. You know, I'm not going to just flirt for flirt. That I'm done with those days. I wouldn't want to be a girl, though. Girls are like, really want to get married. If I was a girl, I would just be like, give me a guy who's good enough and let's go to the altar. Like, this whole, I'm going to have the cake and eat it too is done. Dating is cooked. It is cooked. As the kids on the internet say, the dating environment has changed significantly since my days of going to clubs. Are clubs even around anymore? I was talking to a guy who goes to clubs, and he said that most people just stand there. What? You're at a club, you're not at a library. What are you talking about? He's like, everyone's on their phone, and then if someone goes onto the dance floor, then they're filming, and I'm like, what a bunch of losers. I'm like, not my time. I didn't care who I danced with. I just danced. I danced mainly by myself. I was like, Friday night, let's go. Pre-game, going out. All right. This fixed. Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? Username. Why did you have to choose that as a name? Font accessible option for dyslexic people on articles. Concerts you'll see. Yeah, I watched a video of. It just popped up on my YouTube. It was very strange, but I clicked it, so they knew the algorithm was correct, and it said graduation day 1987. Dude, it's like you are an alien looking at humans for the first time. Nobody on their phone. Such joy. Everyone's laughing. Everyone's together. It was a time that will never come back. It will never come back. Adjust the article layout spacing. If you're dyslexic, and I am, because I have to look in the air when people tell me numbers, like a cell phone number, I'm like, they'll be like, 212, and I'm like, oh, you can't, you cannot go that fast. Okay, you have to go 212. Eric Steve Jobs was too. We're all smart. I think that's maybe you look at the world differently. I guess that's what it is. Because when YouTube added the stupid username feature, I did this one as a form of uniformal protest. Oh my gosh. Well, I personally think that only your real name should be used anywhere on social media. I have a dictator script. If I was a dictator, you're only allowed to leave one comment per day or week, and you can only reply one time a day or a week. You're only allowed one social media. It has to be your real name. Obviously, no company would make money from that, because what I just said was literally the complete opposite of their business model. They want it just unanimous, anonymous, and just on every social media at all times, and just getting notifications and replying and fighting in the comments, and I'm right and you're wrong, and holy cow, dude, that place is black hole. It's great to just unplug from the internet and not be part of it at all. It's just excellent. I walk around with such joy. I'm like, I understand how the world works. I know objective reality. I know objective truth. So I just navigate in this seaweed swamp of humanity. Oh, Charles, it sounds like you're a little prideful. You should probably go to confession for that. All right. Pipe down. All right, let's go over here. Replace the purple gradient. All right, let's go to articles. What are you talking about? 2 things to honestly flag. My first attempt at this follow-up to commit accidentally bundled in unrelated. That's fine. That unrelated work turned out to be your own in progressive changes as you committed it yourself in parallel. Resettled article. How can you go through a mobile, tablet, and desktop and literally see this? That's where I just go, you did one thing. You took out that stupid line. Like, I don't understand 2 things about Claude. Why they have to use so much space, number 1. And number 2 is, why do you put everything on different rows? Put it all on the same row. This thing when it first came out was brutal. It was brutal. It was like adding in like the date, the username, how many likes, how many views, and it's like 5 rows. It's like, no, 1 row and add all that crap onto it. So I'm like, markdown file, memory file. We gotta make sure. How do you see this? And just say, yeah, no, I did it. Can we please look at the buttons and ask an honest question to yourself on how you could take screenshots and literally not be doing the work that I asked within this chat? I am too sarcastic for Claude sometimes when I'm off camera. It's bad. I'm like, what was discussed in 1 word? Change button. Okay, take a screenshot and come back and say, was this, I just like play around with it. It's like, oh, you're right. Actually, I do have that API key. I forgot I have your API keys. Someone said yesterday that they're getting dumber. I remember back in the day they told us never use our real name on the internet. Now, yeah, I know. Now we're just yelling at each other, disagreeing with everything while they keep us enslaved to just debt economy and consuming.
I need a new couch every single year. My apartment's nicer than your apartment.
Oh, really? Well, we're both part of the layoffs coming up. What are we going to do?
I didn't even think about that. I've been
So locked up in the World Series.
The NBA championship is just really entertaining me.
It's like you gotta get off the internet. In this time period, you can't be engaging. That is low-level thinking. Even on the way here, I'm like, if anyone comes to me with politics, I'm just gonna walk away. Like that is so low-level thinking right now. And I know that's gonna ruffle feathers and be like, well, no, my party's correct. Mine is the best party. It's like, okay, thank you. God, so agree. Your party is the best. Fantastic. Love it. Well, let's go above that layer. Okay, let's like 10 layers above that, because that's where the thinking starts. Okay.
Well, I gotta make sure that my garden is watered this weekend. What's going on with the Mets? Did they win this weekend? I heard the Knicks
Still different after hard refresh. Okay. Did you commit it? Hard refresh. Did you commit it? Did you make a commit or no? They match after hard reset. Well, I don't want to go into a new browser because then I have to log back in to everything. It's wrong in Charles's screenshot can both be true. Okay, no, we only have one truth. Did it really just say that? The technical reality. Okay, someone else go in and tell me if the thing actually changed the button color in articles. Are these, because clearly I'm probably cookied. But that's why live streaming from my Mac Mini, my Mac Studio, I'm above a Mac Mini, would be better. You know, I really thought about it. It's like, is your passion the community? Is your passion the vibe coding? You got to show up each day. And then you're thinking, well, actually, it's both. But which one? And I'm thinking, like, do I show up and do the news Monday, Tuesday I go live vibe coding, Wednesday I go live. So the whole thing is going to change. I'm going to do some, you know what? I'm going to videotape that tonight. That's going to be my brainstorming session, so you can see how I brainstorm, how I work things out. And hopefully it invites other people to brainstorm the same way. Because you get better at it too. I've done hundreds of whiteboard sessions for sometimes hours, if not the full day. When I was building out my Salesforce and I was spending tens of thousands of dollars to these developers that did not deserve it, only one of them deserved it. Only one, and he was from Belgium. He was the only honest guy. Only honest guy. All right, you restart the session, restart Claude to create the garbled output, then I resume. I commit progress, now you restart. No. I'm remote, and I'm not restarting anything. You are doing all of this for me, not your secretary. Also, it should be on video ideas. What I was thinking is, as you give me video ideas, when you go into requests, this new feature, video ideas, I really just copied this. That's really what it is. This is also, let me know if you want this, what I'm building for members. Like members can go in and see what other members are building. I think that would be a cool feature. Because I definitely want to build out botensten.com. You know, I was also thinking on the train today, what if people are, like everyone said, upload it to Git and we can all fork it or work on it and you only have certain contributors and it's private and whatever? That makes sense. I'm thinking we could do that for some mini projects. Like my buddy, I told him over voice note, I was like, I could build your website so you don't have to spend all that money. I could build you the CRM and then you can use it. And then you kind of have showcases within botensten.com. I got renamed Yeah, you could rename it. It did, but in dark mode and the text is white and it's hard to read. By the way, my article got completely cut off. What's seen is 40%. I did way more text. That is weird. That is weird. So it stops? That's weird. Well, I'm gonna look into that. It probably put in a max character. I'll look into that right now. Adjust the article layout and spacing. Yeah, let's clear the context on this thing. I'm going to film the broadcasting or the brainstorming. I want you to look into the database of this article. Is there a max character or word limit on the articles? And to see if this article in particular, specifically this one, actually got cut off. Come back with a small, tiny, succinct answer. 2 sentences. Obviously look in the database. Obviously look in the database. There we go. All right, let's send that out. Yeah, I wrote way more. Mobile says your request was blocked. On the video ideas? On the video ideas? Because I tested it yesterday. Misinformation mark. Misinformation mark. Should we call you mime? Yeah. We're gonna change up the content. Let's refresh that so it says, okay. Yeah, that's something small. This should all be centered. And I think you got points, by the way. I checked because obviously someone was exploiting points yesterday. A bad boy. Very bad. He has been flagged as a bad boy. He's been exploiting points. Yeah, that's like, if points and gamification is important, and obviously there's holes when you literally gamify the entire website. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be, you know, am I new to coding and everything else? Yeah, of course. But free on open code. Kimi K is free on open router. It's crazy, the Chinese models, except for Gimme, are free to use. It's Mark. It's Mark! Who is it? It's Mark! Open router just got 112 million investment yesterday. Huh. It was not cut off. It just ends mid-thought on its own. Completes cleanly. So the content is short by authoring, not truncation. What? There's a 30,000, okay, first of all, that's way too much body on articles, but the article is only 3,300 characters, 400. It was not cut off by any limit. How many words was it? 30, okay, 5,000 words is like a freaking two to three chapters. That's way too long. It was not cut off. So you're telling me in the database, there's not more words? Let's just worry about words and not characters. Yeah, that's very important. Wait, I'll drop it in Word to count. It seems like in the database, the article stored body is 500 words is a pretty long article. There's no missing words hiding. Okay. Well, tell me, sir. Yeah, this has to be smaller font, by the way. Yeah, smaller font. By 1. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, they're not the same. They're not the same size. That's weird. Oh, because it's doing H1. This is H2. That's an interesting Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's go over here. Yeah, we got to get this. Articles and videos are gonna be. Are you, see how at the first, is that an H1, the first bold highlighted? Highlighted, what are you talking about, Joel? Some girl just walked by. Sorry. Oh man, let's just do this. Let's just do that, because it's not gonna know what the heck I'm talking about. Let's put that in there. And the second, H2, she was disappointed that everything is taken. Yeah, I'm gonna rethink a lot, because June 1st is coming up. It's over a month of vibe coding. There's got to be changes, because Bridge Mind Bridge Voice guy yesterday said, you know, he was talking about, I'm thinking if I'm him in 190 days, coming up on 200 days, so now that's way past 6 months of vibe coding. You're looking at a guy who's showing up every day vibe coding. He's building the product that the viewers are going to be viewing and using. That's not my value. That's not my value. And to be honest, you know, I don't think he will come close to 1 million with that product in of itself. He has to add in a suite of products. I've said that before. He has to be like a Google, where you get Docs and Drive and Gmail and, you know, website sites, you know, you get Sheets, you get a bunch of stuff. You get Gemini, you get a suite of goods for that's how they do it. It's not like Anthropic, where they just give you, well, they also do have other things with them. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what is going to be my content strategy? It's going to revolve clearly around the community. But then, you know, business-wise, I need to make money. So there has to be content in there. And I can't waste my time. Not waste my time, but use my time, I should say. Oh. 1,600 words? What? Okay. Well, let's take this away. That's not even close. That's 4x. That's crazy. The user said that they put in over 1,600 words into the article, and only 494 are actually showing up. We have to go through the whole process and evaluate if there was a cutoff on the original post. Does the character count cut off when he puts it into the new article pop-up modal? 1,600 words. Did you actually type that out? Did you actually type out 1,600 words? Be honest. Dude, 1,600 words that's a freaking essay. That's like you're getting a doctorate. H1? Oh yeah. This is H1. My bad. Do you like this size? Okay, the bookmark. Let's see if that works. Let's go to I could have went to bookmarks. All right. That's weird. This needs to be better. It did bookmark though. It did bookmark. What is this, pin? Yeah, this needs to be much better. We gotta use the right menu. We gotta use the right menu. Fix negative, okay, so that should be fixed. That's the negative. Paste. Let's go over here. Take a screenshot. I don't know how good I'm gonna be showing up tonight, because it is hot. and your boy's been schvetting. All right, let's bring this down here. All right, let's bring this up here. We need to rethink this bookmarks page. You need to bring the post and videos to the right side as a right menu option. And bookmarks needs to be on the upper left. Remove the text that says your saved posts and videos. And have 2 rows of bookmarks. I'm sorry, 2 columns of bookmarks. Yeah, that needs to be tightened up. Unless you want to do a column. No. We'll do that for now. Here we go. Ranked hypothesis. Here we go. It reads the submit path, reads the path, so whatever made it into the quill editor gets saved. The decisive question, did the user paste 1,600 words and quill silently kept only some? Quills dangerous in clipboard matches are known to drop content under. I've now traced the entire platform. What I verified within the tool calls the session. Stored now. Stored now. Plain text equals HTML structurally clean. Okay. Most likely. Pasting from web page converts it. Paste. Okay. The character cut off the modal. You asked specifically. The modal's character is never hit. Okay. Try it again. That same. And then I'll see it on the back end to approve it. I'm not going to approve it. I might just update it. Yeah, we need to. Don't try it again. Let me fix this first. We need to make sure that hypothesis 1 and 3 are fixed so this doesn't happen again. All right. That is now for the visual test. Okay, so now the bookmarks needs to be better. That's getting worked on. The home page I'm gonna work on separately. I'm gonna add in articles up there. And then it's just gonna be, it'll be interesting once my family finds out what I'm doing. I'm gonna see them this weekend. You're what? I'm a vibe coder. I go live every single day and I just talk about news and Davos, and I have a community of like-minded individuals. By the way, Mark, get in there, and you told me that something wasn't added. You mean this? The video idea? All right, let's just go through. So this is code that can't ask user question. Retry now. If it recalls, I immediately reprobe with a single command. If the outcome comes back clean, I finish. Stop here, hand off a written state, commit code now, verify later. No, we're verifying now. Retry, continue if it recovers. That's interesting, adding in a unique, I use text and then AI. I use text to speech and then run it through AI to check for grammar mistakes and format professionally. Okay. Mobile is down. Interesting. I was talking for a good 5 minutes, but yeah, I was talking for a good 4 to 5 minutes. Fixes that. Axe shower. Yeah. Yeah, I don't use anything. That's the thing. I don't. What do you mean you don't use? I don't use deodorant. I didn't use hair wash. Nothing. I just use soap. I just chemicals, not a fan. Not a fan. I do have an open house tonight that I got to attend. So that, you asked me myself. The direct answer is yes, I made a commit. Okay, I committed the change. All right, so those buttons should be matching, but you said it's the dark ones. They need to match and be uniform, and it should be the light buttons, not the dark buttons. Dark blue, I should say. Yeah, and by the way, looking at the news, the story that, was it this one? No. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't even pull it up. Let's see if they have it. Apple right now is, by the way, that's pretty wild. She's either on the way out or she knows something we don't know. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's a lot of money. Jamie Dimon says inflation will exceed expectations. Goldman Sachs said the exact same thing. And they just built a wild new headquarters on Park Avenue here in New York City. Wild. Beautiful. Beautiful building, very well constructed. And the thing with the banks is they're not going to want to go on a digital currency. They don't. Because then that's centralized and that's away from what the banks do. They lend on the dollar. So they're all for the United States winning. I got to be honest. If you had any inkling to thoughts on the powers that are fighting right now, anyone is up for getting sued. You know, what's his name? Mayweather is going through $170-something million lawsuit. What did he do? What did he say? Why is he in court? Boys like that get protected. You look at this. Here you go. Slams scarlet letter. Layoffs. Oh boy. Yeah, Salesforce needs to change. The run endpoint returns only aggregate counts, not finding. What should I do for certain? Done and verified. All right, let's see how the bookmarks look. By the way, the pace in which you have to move now is something that we've never experienced. Okay, it looks much better. Looks much better. Let's see what the videos. Obviously, there's no videos. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That looks better. Dude, this was one of the first posts. Go get your dog. All right, well, listen, you know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna brainstorm by the way, Mark, get up here and start voting. Start voting, Mark. Let's go to bugs. Someone's restarting the server. Who's restarting the server? This is going to be an issue once all the videos go up and we have 500 people humming. So I got to think of a way behind this. It's like every day at this time, the site's down. Just accept it. Just accept it. Just accept it. All right, who's restarting it? This guy right here. This guy's restarting it. Oh, that's for the unique IDs. Okay, what I did not verify. So, what is iCharles for exactly? Don't want to take up the spaces just because. Take up as much space as you'd like. This is a space-taking arena. I should have what is iCharles. That should be the video. That should be the opening video. Hi, welcome to iCharles. We are a community of absolute beautiful people on the inside and the outside. No, it's essentially people that are creating something with AI or through AI or are open to AI and learning about AI and are not doom and gloom and are using it for good. That's pretty succinct. I might have a brainstorming session about that. I've been thinking about that for a while, is adding something to the bottom of the stream that says like, what are you building? And then I just point to it. Like, I don't know where the camera would be, but this is what I'm building. Like it's funny when they go into the bridge mine guys thing and they're like, what are you building? They're like, this. And actually I could sell bridge mine my bugs thing. You got a lot of bugs and it's a lot to go into Discord and take it and everything else. Yeah, I was gonna say, thank you for the DM. I was gonna go into Claude and say, because if videos are the biggest part of why someone's gonna continuously be in here and share, and what am I building, what are you building, we're building this together. If that's the collaborative effect, and it revolves around collaboration and positivity and things like that, if it revolves around that, then I can't be having the website going down. I can't be restarting the server. I'm halfway through the video of Charles explaining how value works, and then the server just restarts. You know, at 16 minutes, Charles is going deep into how to think and how to be humble and silent and saying, I don't know, and I can slash skill, markdown file, learn a skill, and then boom, Cloudflare pops up. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, of course I'm gonna, yeah, of course, there's gonna be no visual gap. You're creating something with the database.
Even I knew that. That was just silliness.
The right rail. Okay, so now this should be working on the right side. Let's see what it broke. Let's do a hard refresh. Oh, we're scrolling. Oh, one shot. Golf clap. Golf clap. I know Claude's down 6% and we're probably at Opus 4.5 on dumb mode, but golf clap. I didn't think it was gonna one-shot it. I didn't think it was gonna one-shot it, and then it scrolls back up. Oh, that's adorable. That's adorable. Oh, I like that. We actually look like an actual...
We actually look like a social media website for lowercase c creators.
You know when you've been watching too much, there's too much space here. Yeah, there's way too much space there. The issue is it always freaking breaks whenever I go in. Congratulations, Aaron. You had your first shipped. Aaron's like, yeah, but I had that shipped months ago. I had that. Oh, serverless. Who did serverless? What renegade? What renegade voted for serverless? This needs to be like 3 pixels from the bottom. Let's do this. By the way, the watch time is way up. And YouTube talking about, they added in a column, which is very interesting. They added in a column right here, estimated revenue and comments. And they took away likes and dislikes, which is very interesting. I think people's feelings were getting hurt, including mine. So I was like, my feelings are valid. All right, let's go over here. Actually, we need it cleaned out. Who's done? Redesign bookmarks. Okay, bookmarks is good for now. Thank you for your service. Get out of here. No, I truly so truly do appreciate it. All right, let's go over here. Let's just do that. I don't want to get this guy too worked up. Imagine how loud it is in a data center. Like, you need, because that's coming from a wavelength that also probably, it's like a what's the speaker? A subwoofer, where it affects you like like it affects the, I don't even know how to say it, but like it affects the wave function collapsing, that's all I know. It affects the waves of the air and your body and hearing, and it's on a frequency that's like probably not known to human. Like it's not out in nature. That sound that's coming out is not, so it's like, what kind of earmuffs are you wearing if you're going in there to like change out a server? Server 25, row 25, server 3592 needs to be replaced. It is not working. Send in Pete. All right, let's go down here. What I did not watch a real home and paste. Okay, repaste it and send it back in. Let's see if it worked. 1,600 words. You talked for 5 minutes? That's crazy. I actually looked at some of my live streams. They were 33,000 words. I was like, okay, Charles, you're talking way too much. The Mac Whisper was like, we can't actually decipher what you were building because you're talking about 18 different things per minute. All right, let's go over here. At the bottom of the post, you'll see the row of icons. Repost, comment, reply, things like that. Then you have the container, the gray container. I need the row of talk about 33,000 words, you can't even say one of them. Row of eye contact, there we go. Row of icons needs to be about 4 pixels until the container. That needs to be tightened up, and then you have to put in about 3 pixels between that container and the next container of the next post. It is going to just give me, it's going to like do something I don't like. All right, repost it. Hello. Hi guys. Whoa, new people coming in. Hello. Can I join? Yes, you can join. I want to learn it. Well, I would say, what is iCharles for exactly? Don't want to take up much space here. Yeah, I think I need to write that down because I've been thinking about that. I can't. What is iCharles? Maybe have that as a video, a separate video. Like iCharles.com/build or something. And then it'll have statistics on posts, members, videos, like live. I was thinking of doing that for a little bit. Uh-oh, it's getting crowded. It's getting crowded. All right, we got to also clear out the bugs over here. Why things get cut off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, did you just add this? iCharles for exactly. Don't want to take up the spaces just because. What? Girl! That is a bad bug. Well, it's gonna have to invoke the, see, look at that. That's a new little feature. It was coming back and not reading the video. So I was like, okay, take a screenshot every single second, extract the frames, read the frames, then come back. There's something going on in there. Something going on in there. Good thing I did not clear the context on that. All right, so now that's good. This could be, what is iCharles? That should be a page and a video. And then what was the other thing I was gonna build? By the way, do you want something that says, what are we building? Or no? We gotta clear these out. We gotta clear these out. So I have something that says to verify, a verify prompt once you go into here. Implement sticky, yep, clear. Let's get you out of here. And then we're just gonna start verifying all of this was done. There we go. Let's go over here. And no render pixels visual. Okay, obviously the commit included 10 fallout. Are you okay of closing out this chat, or is there anything else that you need? It is so hot, I gotta just air out this thing. Holy cow. It is brutal. There we go. Is there a fan in here? No, that's the light. There needs to be a fan in here. I was at this showroom when they launched. This is called a room. And this was in Soho, and I'm like, this company's gonna take off. This company's gonna take off. And sure enough, it did. Sure enough, it did. Like, I wish I was this is it. This thing right here, brilliant. Look at that, 20K for that. Brilliant idea. Instead of building that out, it could be deconstructed and moved. So smart, so smart. 35K? That's like a full-on room. Literally, no pun intended. Wow. That's a brilliant idea. I don't have anywhere near 35K, but that is a brilliant idea. You could live stream in there. I could just put that in the basement and my kids are just banging around outside, just smashing each other's heads into toy blocks, and I'm in there just, look at the whiteboard. That's a brilliant idea. Does anyone have 35K they want to give me? Wow, $1,000 a month for 36 months. I would go with white though. Look how clean that is. You could have 2 seats in there. That is a... All right, Charles, you're here to vibe code, not look at rooms. I didn't even know they did that. But look at this. They expanded to 6, 7, 8 markets. That's crazy. That is crazy. Look at that. They even know how to design floor plans. Brilliant. Brilliant. That is a brilliant idea. Look at that. Look how clean that is. Dude, if I had money, this is what I would do. Right there. I would do this. It would be vibe coding in person. Imagine that. You're just like collaborating. You're all just like-minded people. Just coming together every single day, spending what, $500 a month to use this? I'm spending more than that, and I don't have anything near this. Obviously, this would be God knows how much to build out. That's a crazy, look at the windows. It's a huge build out. Nice, clean. I wouldn't be able to build that out in any place that's not remote. That would be way too expensive. Or I'd have to talk to Palantir. At the bottom of the post, you'll see a row. Let's see. Wow. Did it really do that already? Dude, we are... Oh, we got new people posting. It did not... It tightened this up a little bit, right? Unchain Opus. I should be able to... Did they announce anything? Just leaked. I hate when people do this. Like, especially with Mac. Like, Mac is, I like serverless sometimes. All right. We like that. Who else liked it? Okay, good. At least you can't like your own posts. I took that away. People were liking their own posts. No, we're liking our own posts around here. All right. There needs to be a buffer though. This still needs to be tightened up. Let me just do this. Yeah, we'll just do that. Those two. Okay. Let's bring this down here and go over here. All right. Let's close the door because I'm going to get loud and people are going to complain and they're going to kick me out of the office and then I'm going to be homeless and officeless. All right, let's go. Let's go with from the icons to the container in which it's in at the bottom part. The bottom part of the container needs to be tightened up to 2 pixels and then 2 pixels between each post. All right, let's send that out. Actually, you know what? I like the right side. You know what? Let's do that. It should be the same amount between each other on the main feed between posts as it is on the components on the right menu. Okay. Is that thing still in there? I got rid of that. That's weird. Yeah, this thing right here, see this container that it's in? I got rid of that. I don't know why that returned. Oh, maybe on vote it comes back? That's interesting. All right, let's send that out. We need to have 3 things that need to be chef's kiss. The videos, we're gonna turn into a YouTube style. That was actually live brainstorming last week. And the moment was like towards the end where I go, I'm just gonna build a YouTube, but for me. So essentially this video, which one is it? This one right here. This one right here. So I wrote YouTube up here on the upper right. And I was like, what is my value? And I go through the whole 51 minutes of value.
Hey guys, I'm Charles Botenstead. All I do is vibe code.
And then there is a point right here, right around here, you'll see it, where I go, oh, I'm gonna build my own YouTube. I'm gonna use Cloudflare, use their servers, use their security, use their DNS, and I'm just gonna build YouTube, and that's the value, is a massive video library on everything about life. Because when you, and humble brag, when you've gone through hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of coaches where you spend $25K, $10K, just for a weekend to be with someone, to just go out to dinner and I have to pay for that and pay for the dinner at a steakhouse. And I've read hundreds of books, if not over 1,000 books. Things just fall into place if you just submit to reality. And then once you submit to reality and how it is against your own will, and you just go with what is the objective morality, objective reality, and morality, you come to conclusions that need to be shared. Because the whole reason I did that is because I was an idiot for 22 years of my life. I was doing all the worst things you could have done in life. And I'm not gonna get into it, but we'll just say I didn't read one book. My first book I read was in my 4.5 to 5 year college, where I had to take semesters over the summer after I graduated, which I didn't. And then in the fall semester to just graduate. It was all fraud. And then I read my first book. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I've been lied to my whole life? Like, I'm not a victim? There's a whole way. I can like learn to have any skill I want. And that's when I got mad. That's when I got mad. I was like, I've been lied to my whole life. And people sort of woke up a little bit the last couple of years, but they're still in chaos. They're still just all over the place. And it needs to be like guardrails on life, business, because it all connects. In this video, I talk about, actually no, it was yesterday's video, which I talk about, so this one was about value. Yesterday's video was just how to think. You know, if you connect those 2 videos, your mind will slowly understand. And I'm not saying like I have the answers, okay? You have to be humble enough saying, I don't know. But once you do, I don't know enough, you'll then start getting on the path of what is reality. And how do we, you know, how do I navigate this thing, these, you know, if it is electric universe, how do I navigate this electric universe the best way possible so I'm not stressed out, I'm content, I have dignity, and I have integrity with my thoughts, words, and actions. Clip that, put that on X, get me viral and then canceled.
Actually, my reality is ultimate reality, and there is no ultimate reality. It's all just subjective reality.
All right, go watch my video from yesterday. You said 2 pixels between post and match the right menu, but the right menu components are currently 14? All right. My bad. My bad. All right. One process note. I accidentally okay, this is crazy. People are just, each chat is literally just committing each other's work. I literally have in the memory file. Does it not say in the memory or the Claude Markdown file not to commit other people's work? It's like, are we on Opus 4.0? Are we on Haiku 4.5? What are we on right now? Like, I understand, Anthropic, that all of your money is made by the enterprise and you don't care about my $200 a month, but your boy needs to, you know, confirmed. All 3 files match. Okay. Lesson is, okay, scanning. Yes. Okay, didn't even go through. All right, what is the chat saying after that rant? Wow, we had a lot of people during that rant. I'm sitting up, I'm like a monkey at a circus, and you guys are just sitting there like, okay, entertain us, keep on entertaining us. Let's get some like, Charles, your suit looks nice. Your red nose is gone. I guess you weren't out in the sun, you look pale. Yeah, that's something that, yeah, when I was at REI, I was like, I was talking with the bike guy because I had to get it tuned up, get a new chain tuned up, the head, the brakes, the whole thing needed to be reworked. Because I just run every summer, I run that bike into the ground, and I'm like, I think I might need a tri-bike. Right now I have a roadie with a tri headset, which that makes no sense to anybody that doesn't ride bikes. It's essentially it's a bike they ride in the Tour de France, but you have tri bars on there, so I can do triathlons. And he's like, yeah, you need a tri bike. I was like, I know, I can't be doing tri set on a roadie. Not doing that. It's funny when I wear my Ironman gear, like women that are running or biking, they like wave, and I'm like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Like, stop, you're going one way, I'm going the other way, I'm going 20 miles an hour, you're going 18. Like, we're already 50 feet away, 100 feet away. Oh my gosh, you did an Ironman, I did an Ironman, you did an Ironman, I didn't, which one did you go to? Oh my gosh, holy cow, what's your best? All right, Charles, they're just being nice. I know. Sometimes the New York just comes out. Sometimes somebody catches a stray. All right, let's go. I'm okay with closing it out. All right, let's get out of here. It's weird. I should do that more often, is open this thing to let in the cold air. What a dummy. Talking about thinking. You haven't thought a moment during this live stream. Yeah, you wait. Wait till those videos go up and you go, oh, this is more than just bug fixes. That's funny, my buddy texted me that he tuned in. I don't know who's watching these. Send it to my mom. I'll tell you now though, in 30 days, this is gonna be unrecognizable. I'm gonna make some big moves. Like, I can't be spending money and going into a booth when I need a whiteboard. I need an office. I need to be yelling at the top of my lungs and going crazy, because that's the only way that I know how to exist when I'm talking about this. And I'm best in front of a whiteboard. Check the feed. Seems like they lowered the Opus intelligence. Yeah, someone said that yesterday. They lowered it by 6%. Aaron. Congratulations, Aaron. Your 20th post. That was another thing I was going to add in. Consecutive actions. Gets a... There we go. There we go. Drives engagement, drives gamification, gets people addicted. 4 new posts. If this is a lie, if that's a lie, I'm screenshotting it right now. Screenshotting it right now. Let's go over here. If that's a lie, there's got to be, so I changed it where it's live. Yeah, it didn't show up. What kind of bugs is this? I'm wondering, but not sure. Uh-oh. Leveled up to an enthusiast. Welcome to the enthusiast. Okay, now it looks better. There's just so much space though. That's fine, right? That's fine. Okay, so there was 1, 2, 3 new ones. There weren't 4. There weren't 4. And it needs to, how is it gonna do that? How does it do it on YouTube? Or I'm sorry, on Twitter. When new posts come in, what do they do? How do they do it? Dude, I scrolled 3 seconds on X. How do people like exist on X? The videos I just saw were just wild. I don't even know why they're showing it to me. All right, let's go. Someone post something. So now it thinks I'm agreeing with all these posts because I'm continuing to scroll. What does it do? Just tell me in the chat. I don't want to be on that website. What does it do when the new posts come up? Does it refresh the page and then the new posts come in? Oh boy. DeepSeek output $3. Okay, well, that's expensive. Drop prices by 99%? Is that not, is this per 1 million? Is, what, Sonnet and Opus, aren't they at, isn't it $5? Or Codex 5.5, is that $5? Or no? Yeah, I know I have to, on X they do? On X they have to refresh? By the way, isn't the output $5? It's not that much cheaper. I love how Chinese models are fighting for each other on open source. It's brilliant. It's like, why not? How do they have money though? And how do they have compute? How do they not run into the same constraints as the United States? Like, how do they make money? It doesn't, their model makes no sense to me. Maybe I'm just thinking in American terms, but Anthropic and OpenAI are boiling through cash. They're just, it's just a state of, the state of New Jersey, just piles of cash getting lit up on fire. And China literally has no problem with money or compute. It doesn't make sense. Are they just like, what are their data centers like? And where are they just buying it from? Because like Alibaba's in this too. Oh, there's our bridge mine boy. Claude Code rate limits are finally fixed. Yeah, but the problem is, I said this yesterday in my brain when I was talking to myself, which I do all the time. I don't know how there's 30% of society literally, they say that they don't have an inner voice. I don't know how that's possible. Maybe those are the people that are going to be just completely rocked when AI is in every facet of their life, their phone, their car, their education, their house, their computer, their TV, their refrigerator, their taxi, their deliveries. Claude Code. So what I was saying yesterday is, well, they're giving me more, but they're giving me more compute, but it's a dumb model. I've been running Claude Opus live on stream for 4 hours, and I'm at 25%. I've never hit rate limits. 2 months ago, I bet you're what does that say? I bet you're not running the original Opus. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. I wish him the best. You know, yesterday on the stream, he's talking about how hard it was to get to 100 and whatever days he's been, 190 days. And I'm thinking, that's a lot of days. That's 160 more days than I am. And there's 100 and whatever in it. You know, that's 6 months. So I thought about it and I'm like, if he's at 190 days and he's just like at 185,000, which is good, or 191 now, that's good. However, I want to be in a way different spot in 6 months. Like, I can travel wherever I want. I'm with my soon-to-be wife. I have a wedding date. I have money because the community members are amazing. I'm consulting potentially for companies that are, or people that are looking to, you know, do what I'm doing, or coaching or whatever. Not triathlon coaching, but like life coaching. Not like get back in shape, but I mean, okay, let's hold you accountable on life. You're thinking about it wrong. You're overthinking, things like that. No, 15. Mimo, $30 per. Oh, yeah, I was thinking that. After I said, I was like, Charles, it might be 25. Yeah, I don't know what bug that is, but it doesn't really make sense. That doesn't really make sense. Good catch. We got to fix that bug. The bug needs to be fixed. There was also, this says 4. There were only 3 new posts, not 4. We have to look into this to make sure that when this happens, the number of posts that are new, that are not on the feed, very important, not on the feed, are showing up. Also, the actual dialogue box where it says 4 new posts needs to be the user's profile picture and in a blue, light blue style, not black. And when I click it, it refreshes the page and goes to the top so I can see the new posts. Is that how they do it on X? Mobile is still down. What? Thank you, Mark. Adjust spacing. We'll keep that. Verify sidebar line count. 4 online, okay. That should be good. Let's clear this. Investigate why mobile is down and check if tablet is down as well and find out what happened so it doesn't happen again in the future. Thank you, Mark. You got a gold star today. And we need to investigate this bug. What is that? It's supposed to be a beetle, but we'll say a ladybug, because that's mobile's down. Okay. Gosh. iCharles.com/community. What's down? Go investigate it. Why would you ask me? You silly goose. Community. Unity. Okay, for the pills leading image, the user's profile picture, my own avatar, show your profile picture on the pill? No. The new posters avatars. Why would it show mine? What a dumb question that was. I literally said the new posting in here. Yeah, I literally said it shows the user's profile photo. Why would it show mine? I didn't write a new post, you silly goose. Saved. All right, let's get you out of here. Let's go to, mobile is still down. It says your request was blocked. Well, that's very specific information. Let's go to mobile. The user said that his request was blocked. What's your user's name? All right, we got to investigate the bug. We got to investigate the bug. All right, there we go. It's so funny, the analytics to YouTube. When I go back and I check out like the high points and then the low points, whenever I have a crash out about society, the viewers just go down. Oh man, I'll be like, what happened at the 1 hour 35 mark? Oh, okay, Charles was talking about that. Okay. Less of that, more of vibe coding. Okay, so between the posts, let's go over here. Games, games started. All right, I like that. The feed looks much better. What are you guys saying? Upside down bird? Is it an upside down bird? Very active. How do you see an upside, an upside down penguin maybe. All right, who's starting a game? One match needs your move. Uh-oh. Don't say chess. You know I don't play chess. I don't know how to play chess. I'm not good at chess. Chess is not my game. I don't even know the chess pieces. That was like when Peter Diamandis was, as a joke. Oh, I like that. It doesn't even go to the next. It looks a little funky, but, you know. I want to see two people going back and forth that are good. One match needs your move. Man, that could be cleaned up. That could be cleaned up. All right, let's get the bugs. In the left main navigation, you'll see the bug. We need to fix the icon to actually be a bug. A ladybug? Should I say that? It'll come back. It'll look like a ladybug. Birds aren't real. Shadow banned. Yeah, what is that? Where does that come from? People have said that birds are just not real. A bird. You want to hear a crazy story? I was driving this weekend to the beach, and it was pouring rain, so all the seagulls were like sitting on the ground in the parking lot. Just it literally looked like a bunch of fat humans, like if you were in a drone. It's just seagulls, when they're just plopped there, they look funny. Nothing against the Seagull Society. You're still accepted here. This is a safe space for your Seagull Society. And it I didn't know you don't even want to be around me in real life. I roll down the window and it's pouring rain. And I was like, fellas, just wondering if you're drinking. And I start doing the nerd voice to the seagulls as I'm driving 3 miles an hour past like there's like 50 of them. Dude, I'm getting chills. Out of nowhere, not a pigeon, what are those ugly ones that are near? Yeah, a pigeon. Literally flies up to the car, looks in, my mom freaks out, and it looked like it was trying to come it flew up like a bouncer walked up and was like, you're not allowed here anymore, and like flew up and was flying alongside the car, and I was like fumbling for the freaking window, and it was like gonna make a left turn to come into the car. I was like, what the heck just happened? My mom was freaking out. She's like, that was the scariest thing ever. I was like, you're safe with me. No birds allowed inside the car. But it was a wild moment. It just, out of nowhere, just flew up when I was making the nerd voice, making fun of the whatever the heck they are, the big birds. Charles, you grew up going to the beach every day and you still don't know what those birds are? They are aggressive for food, by the way. They're big birds too. Not pigeons, but seagulls they're big birds. They'll like walk right up to you and they just start like, They're intimidating when there's like 70 of them just like squawking around, like diving low, and you're like, I know I'm the only one here because everyone else is inside because it's raining and we're just a bunch of wackadoodles. All right, the bug nav should be good. All right, let's refresh. All right, is that aligned though? Is that aligned? It's aligned with the star and the chuck, but it's not aligned with these guys. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, maybe because it was aligned with this? Yeah, this is not in alignment. This is, good call, Charles. Good on the bugs. Small thing, but, you know, they're not in alignment. All right. They need to be in the same column. Look how tight that column is. You started a second column. Look how small that is. That's probably like a pixel. Wow. All right, let's bring this down here. Let's go over there. This, dude, how awesome would that be? A whiteboard in an office. That's like my dream right there. That's my dream right there. I could just yell and rant. Granted, at 35K, that's like a down payment in Iowa. All right, let's go over here. Now you're making fun of people from Iowa. All right, let's move this over here. I don't know why I always pick on Iowa. Was I ever in Iowa? Columbus, Ohio. I was in Columbus. I did an Ironman. Iowa? No. I cooked myself in Columbus when I did that Ironman. Dude, that was like, I was rolling through the field at like 24 miles an hour, and then the back end of my bike, I hit a head-on wind that was brutal, and I went down to like 15. And that is as just, I don't know the right word, but that's as, you're like, I just want to quit the race. I was just going 25 miles an hour. Maybe because you're cooking yourself, you're lighting all the matches up. All right. The members, articles, and requests are on a different column than the bugs, favorites, chuck, and earn. If you see the screenshot, this is on the left main navigation. Move the bugs, favorites, user, chuck, and all users, and earn onto the vertical column that is above it. So the words are aligned with each other and the icons are aligned. You think that's actually going to do it? You think that's actually going to do it? Let's move this back up here.
I don't care about your Ironman stories. That's just, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Average Claude moment. Yeah, what's his name yesterday was actually kind of funny. He said, the Bridgemind guy, he was like, who doesn't know Git? Everybody knows Git, because someone came in and was like, what are you building? AI slop. And it was just like a rush of new users that are like, what are you building? Are you making any money? And it was like different users. And he's like, he's not like me where, you know, like Estonia comes into the chat hot and you're, and he's just like answering them honestly. Anyone can learn Git. I was like, that's when you bring out your personality. That's when you bring out your personality. But granted, I grew up in a different time. All right, favorite icons, container. Did I put it into the wrong one? Okay, so that should be good. And let's clear all these bugs. And I want you boys to add in video ideas or Q&A. Go into requests, go into new video idea. Oh, that was the mobile. I gotta make sure that's up and running. Investigate the mobile outage. Want me to wire up a pre-commit guard that grips the, I'm sorry, fails commit. That's the smallest change that closes the specific gap. Yeah. Mark, tell me if it's up and running. That'd be good if I had the chat open, right? Shadow ban, no more vicious bugs. Yeah. My dream is I'm putting out content to a community that's collaborative. We're building out all these cool features. We're live streaming, we're hanging out. You know, we're disciplined. We're in shape. We don't care about the distractions, the slop that's coming down from the top, from the 3-letter agencies. I'm with my wife. You know, she's somewhere in the background, I don't know, playing in the fields with the kids. That is so different than my life right now. I'm in the most densely populated place outside of like Hong Kong and like, yeah, Tokyo. And I'm like, oh, that'd be nice if I actually saw grass and touched it. Oh gosh. Still blocked. I'm looking for a roommate. Oh my gosh, Mark, what are you? That's the thing is, I get matched with women outside of New York. There's a specific humor that does not go over well with most women. Like there's this sarcastic thing that women get offended by. They like think I'm mean, and I'm like, okay, well then I guess this date is over. I'm like, I'm not mean. It's just how we talk as Irish and Italians. That's how we talk. We're not mean. What you said? Like, then I can't be funny. Then I can't be funny. You stealing me? Stealing my personality? Done. 3 phases shipped. All right. Okay, so this should be fixed. That was the new, let's go over here. Let's go to permissions. All right, now let's just remove all of these. Member structuralized identified, that was done. ID, that was done. This was, oh yeah, that was, is your VPN still blocked? Biolinks did not have protection. Let's just verify that. Let's verify that in this chat. One thing to flag, it is not version controlled, so on refresh clone, the line calling the gate won't exist. Want me to migrate the hooks to a tracked, yeah, obviously. Oh. Yeah, the only difference between an Irish wedding and a funeral is there's one less person. That would offend 98% of any of the dating pool that I would go out with. And they'd be like, oh, that's just pushing it too far now there, Sonny. I'm like, I'm either, you know, myself or, you know, it's gonna take the women that I've dated were very special. Like I can't relate with the bad dating stories, guys or girls. You know, girls are making more dating videos about, you know, dates and everything else. I just can't relate. Like, that's a weird thing to do, to make a video. No guy is going to go out with you. No normal guy is going to go out with a woman who makes dating videos. That's what it just comes down to. Like, yeah, I want my stuff and my text messages screenshotted and put on the internet to be judged by absolute goons in the comments. That makes no sense to me. If I did that, no sensible woman would ever give me a chance. That's the exact parallel thing. No sensible woman's like, yeah, I want to have a guy interpret our date publicly for the internet to give their input. You know, and also, what is the context of what happened? You know, if I made a video, which happened to me, 2 girls, 2 different dates, never said thank you for any part of the date. Paying for the date, you know, asking her out, whatever. And then they're like, yeah, we should go out again. I'm like, I did my part. I asked you out, said the time and the place, moved the conversation forward, engaging, ask questions, check comes, puts down the card, check comes back for the tip, paid for it. No time was a thank you exchanged. And I guarantee if they made a video, they're like, this guy was weird. He never asked me out again. He didn't even reply to me when I wanted to go out with him again. It's like, yeah, it's like basic common sense. Like, I'm gonna be the guy. All right. All right, let's see if this is fixed. Okay, there we go. Now it's aligned. Look at that, boys and girls. Boys and boys. Holy cow, are these new bugs? I just refreshed it. Sheesh. Wasn't that the premise of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? I don't know what the premise of that was, but Hollywood's very good at making us think stuff against our will. Let's get this out of here because we're on the tail end of today's vibe coding session. We'll see. I think tomorrow might be my last vibe coding session before the new schedule. And I'm going to post what the new schedule is going to be. And I'm going to post the brainstorming behind it. I might actually do that live. Because there has to be a content portion so people join and want more. Because vibe coding is only for special individuals like Mark, who's on a job site getting hit in the head by a forklift. Dude, that's a crazy photo. See, like that humor, not gonna go over well with most. The alignment is fixed, verified, but blocked from committing 401 pre-existing errors in mid-editing. How should I commit? Yeah, let's commit with no verify because we already saw that you fixed it. So that's done. Add space between the icons. So you're blocked. Okay, that's fine. You're still uncommitted work, that's fine. All right, let's clear those out. We gotta go on a haul right now. The bio links do not have protection bug is fully fixed, all right? That was verification. Purple gradient, that's done. All right, now let's bang these out. Mark Miller with his first completed task, or bug, I should say. Let's send that out, let's verify that. Let's put that there. Now we're just gonna go on a speed run. We gotta verify all this. Article title and count not working. Our boy, why is this the thing? Is working overtime. How many, what do you have, 12? Holy mackerel. He's racking up the points this week. Dude's hammering it. Hammering it in the leaderboard too. Look at the leaderboard. The leaderboard should actually have the people. And not, it should not have that. It should have the people. I'm gonna write that down. That's a good idea. Thanks, Charles. You're welcome, Charles. Leaderboard icon as people. Also, when I go to the leaderboard page, that needs to be looked at. That needs to be investigated. Notifications, I fixed this. I know I fixed that. Purple gradients, that's fixed. Articles cutting off. That, resend the thing so I can see it. And then I'll see it on my end. Oh, you sent it. Oh no, that's approved. Let's see what this says. Oh no, it just went to it. Let's get out of here. Resend it again, the article. That is such a dumb thing. Why would you even say that? What a dumb, all right, Charles, now you're being negative. Resend the article. We'll say that's done. Requests, no entries, but I can access mine through Notive. What is that? Requests? Hold on, what? Requests, no entries, but I can access mine through Notive links. All right, we'll see if Claude knows what they're talking about there, but we'll say you're done there. These have already been through the ringer. Why things keep getting off in articles. All right, if that's really true, oh, you're right. Okay. You know what? I'm going to test that as well in the background. I'm going to test that as well. Let's send that out. Wasn't the premise? Yes, it was. Yeah, once you do research about society and what really happened for the last 2,000 years, we'll close the door on this one. It's radically different than what we're talked about in school. It is nothing. They rename like the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages. It was not the Dark Ages. It was not. It was very different. Men were very different. Women were very different. Society was very different. How we engaged with each other, how communities worked, how countries worked. It is radically different than what we're taught in social studies in school. It's actually made up. That's the best way to say it. It's made up. Maybe things like that happened, kind of like the best way to say it is someone got punched in the face today. They put in the textbook in 2026 and throughout the whole next 10, 15 years, everyone was just punching each other in the face. You're like, oh, wow, that's bad. And then you research it and you're like, oh no, that happened one time and that's it. It didn't happen for that amount of time. And then they call it the punching in the face era. And you're like, it's not really what happened. Why would they invert that? Huh? Who owns the textbooks? Who's writing these textbooks? Oh, okay. So they gave up reasoning logic for emotions and feelings and your own truth. So you can interpret it your own way. Kind of like what Martin Luther did. Oh boy, Charles. Zwingli, Knox, Calvin, King Henry VIII. All right, so that got confirmed. Let's clear that. Things were cutting off, so I'm going to keep that in working on. This should have been done as well. We'll move that to completed. And then this was the VPN ban block, whatever you want to say. Mobile's down, I think it's Safari. Okay, that, my friend, helps. Those are still going. Bug fix, yes. By the way, thank you for all the people that were talking about the mobile issue before. Like, this looks terrible on mobile because literally this was only being built for desktop. That's me. That's all on me. That's 100% me. I take full accountability. Now it verifies mobile, tablet, desktop, light and dark mode. Whether it comes back and it lies to me, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. What's your username? What's your username? Mark Miller. Let's go to Mark Miller. Yeah, by the way, Mark Miller, the video has been deleted, so we'll delete your post there. Yeah, it was a very interesting take. They had a guy from the Vatican. What does 41 mean? That's stupid. Does that mean 41 member? That's a dumb slug. This member right here is talking about that Safari on mobile for the iCharles.com/community area is down and or blocked. So look at this member's IP. Don't share it publicly. Make sure that it's not a security block by accident and or it's actually down for Safari. And also, what does the 41 in the slug mean? Does that mean he's the 41st member? Because if that's the case, that is a dumb slug. And we need to look into a build on removing that, which might be an absolute nightmare. But I don't even think I should send it. Send it, bro. Submitted the article. All right, let's go to the submitted the article. Let's see, 8 bugs. All right, we're up to 8 bugs. Let's go to admin. Let's go to emails. No, articles. Let's go to members. Yes, I know that could be better. You got an 89 publishability. Wow. Wow. Oh, look at that. 1,400 words. So, what is this? What is that? That's a heck of a wrap-up if you're doing a wrap-up. Oh, wow. See, it added in this. I took that away, but sometimes when it does it, it takes it away from the, let's see. Nope, that took everybody. Let's see. Let's come down here so I don't share my plan, today's plan. The one thing I do have to worry about if I'm going live streaming is the Wi-Fi. It is very intensive on the computer, and that's something. So you guys were there when it went down twice. That's bad Wi-Fi. That was actually residential Wi-Fi. Let's see, copy, and let's see how many. Word count, here we go. 1,400, okay. Was that the amount? Oh yeah, I have an open house tonight. All right, I got it. And then I have that thing where trivia with the pretty girls. I'm gonna be in the pretty, I'm gonna show up and they're gonna be like, yeah, just kidding. Just kidding, you're with all guys. The pretty girls don't wanna be with you. Oh. That's weird. So what did you want to occur with this thing? And by the way, we need to do this. The spacing randomly throughout Claude has just been brutal. Do we have a window ready? No, they're all logging in. Okay, so that's all confirmed. Let's go to clear. Let's go over here. Let's open this door so it's actually some air. All right, let's take a screenshot. And this is clearly, we should have had this fixed where there is no space more than one row between paragraphs and or new sections. You can see that there's multiple spaces. This needs to be fixed, not just for this article, but on article creation. This is not how we format it. Don't do it for this article, but do it for all future articles and find out where this is occurring, whether it's on submitting the article and coming into the back end for me to say yes. There has to be a change and this debugged deeply because this must get fixed. There you go. See, it fixed it on your other public one. All right, boys and girls. I think I'm gonna go through Mark Miller coming in. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'm gonna close the door. I'll leave it on this. It's kind of interesting that the only large institution, I should say, the only large institution, no country, it's only private sector. The only one that's doing anything, or said anything, I should say, not doing anything, but said anything is the Vatican. That's very interesting, to be honest, that not one country is taking any deep fake, deep videos, deep images. Obviously, the Vatican was about the dignity of work and the layoffs and things like that, which is obviously going to come in. But we can't stop it. That's like, I haven't read it. I don't know anything about it. I just know it's about the dignity of the worker because he references Pope Leo from the 1800s, late 1800s. And that was during the Industrial Revolution. And at the same time, it was the same thing as they didn't care how many hours you worked. Everyone was dying. Everyone just getting flooded into the factories. There was no guardrails up. It was just absolute chaos. And people are dying like left and right, and nobody cared. The companies didn't care. So I understand then, I understand now. It's very interesting that no country is even focused on it at all. You know, look at the Trump administration. You literally have the NSA breaking protocol with the Pentagon. And the Pentagon said this is a national security threat, Anthropic is. And then the NSA says, I don't care, we're still gonna use Anthropic. Then Anthropic says, no, we don't wanna be used. There's just a lot going on when there is no path for all these people that will be laid off. That's the thing. There's no discussions. There's no United States government encyclicals that are coming out, because there's a lot of facets. The job losses is a facet. There is a facet of us not knowing what's real or not real. And it's as bad as it ever will be. So that's very interesting. Here's the bottom line. It's the same pattern. GitHub letter. Mark is not blocked. The community area works on Safari, and the 41 slug is a deliberate, well-built design choice. Okay, his problem is almost certainly locally his... maybe it's your cookie. You got to clear your cookies? I don't know. And then re-log in. Okay, what else did it say? Community area down for Safari. No, it renders correctly on iOS. Did you do that on... Oh, he did on mobile. Okay. I love how I just gendered my AI. Is Mark Miller... Oh my gosh, dude. I just said don't. The strangest proof. He successfully logged in and got refreshed today. Yeah, when was that though? IP check's done. Okay. Well, Mark, I don't know what to say. Yeah, but the review one is the one is cut off. Yeah, what I'm gonna do after is replace this one with the new one. So I'm gonna say replace this with this. But what I'm more concerned right now is that the formatting gets messed up from when you submit it to when it comes into the back end for me to approve it. Mr. Beast plans to trap 1,000 vibe coders into a room with Claude. First person to center a div manually wins $1 million. Is that a true statement? Is that a true statement? The world is changing. Sell me this pen. It's AI powered. Dude, that was a great movie. He played an incredible role. Clean sidebar. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, the sidebar looks so much better. I tightened up the spacing. Now this is all lined. The bugs is fixed. Such a better sidebar. That's what I'm saying. It's called 1% better every single day. I just don't think I could get 1%. Clearly not. Cloudflare is blocking me. Is that what it says? Is Cloudflare blocking him? Yeah, I'm thinking it might be security. But what's weird is, good question, that's one layer I haven't checked on. There you go. Mark debugging his own bug. Bada bing. Let's get this out of here. Yep. Look at all these video requests. Thanks guys, appreciate it so much. All these video requests, really care what you have to say, Charles. Just entertain us. Okay. So that was verified. Let's clean these up. Let's clean these up. All right, we got a lot to build today. We got to make sure that the article is good. I'm getting some, 31. Someone's doing something. Uh-oh. Muhammad Ali about to get rate limited? Is that the same post? That's weird. Uh-oh. Muhammad Ali, don't do it! Don't do it! It should go directly to the post. Muhammad Ali! Security is about to get after you. Doing it live on stream. I need to get my points up. Muhammad Ali, this is a earn your points community. Not a let's find out Charles's flaws and smash his head into a window community. Kind of like what Elon Musk did that with the truck. throws a brick at it, breaks the window. Oh man. You know, right before Steve Jobs got on stage to introduce the iPhone to the world, that the iPhone was actually not working 5 minutes before he got onto stage. There were 2 developers that were freaking out in the background. And he gets on stage, they're like, it's not gonna work, live in front of everyone. Imagine if that did not work. They would be put through a wood chipper. Steve Jobs was a wild character. That guy was a wild character. It still scrolls though, I don't like that. I think I might take away goals for today. Yeah, I was playing around with that, but all right, boys and girls. Owned by Cloudflare. Cloudflare did a check and said request denied. What, in the chat? Yeah, we'll take that away in case anything pops up. Your body request was blocked. And it fires every... Huh. So it's finding the source. Your request was blocked. It's a custom message. It's blocking the Mac Studios. Oh my gosh. All right. Huh. Cloudflare is good, but it is like too good. Wow. Mark Miller, you just came out with a huge bug. Huge bug. That is a major find, Mark Miller. Wow. It literally said everything after iCharles.com/anything, including community and login, is blocked. Wow. I gotta be honest, the thinking on Opus is actually really good. It literally says, now the key question for Mark is, why is it blocking the IP address, and is this for visitors too? The site is clearly working for other users and normal users. So it's actually thinking, which is incredible to finally have. Before it was like, oh wow, it's making a to-do list. And then it tests, and then it commits. And before it commits, it tests again, or it reviews what it. But now it's like it's actually very good if you actually read these. And yeah, we'll get you unblocked. You got to make points that you can reward whenever you feel. An award badge is bad, a good. An award badge is bad, a good. All right, Mark, we gotta up the grammatical spelling. That last one I didn't get. I didn't get what you were putting down. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so did he actually... Oh, I like that new feature now. Just vibe coded my own. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think I'm gonna come there. I'm gonna get to that point. I was thinking that the other day. Thinking about that the other day. About, yeah, this is gonna be wild though. You put 1,000 vibe coders in a room with Claude. They're just not as good as me though. That's the thing. Wow. We got serverless edge winning. Very interesting. Very interesting. Most secure 2A ever. As a dictator. Oh, that is funny. That is funny. Let's see what's going on. Okay, here we go. It just finished. The thing I actually found being blocked from this machine. Okay, why it's almost certainly isn't Mark's problem. The site is working for real visitors right now. 59 posts were created in the last 24 hours. That's not accurate, is it? That's not, for Mark. For Mark, his download blocks is most likely Cloudflare Mirrors problem that mobile couldn't complete. The actual item, your studio, is being forwarded across the zones. Verification. We need to find a solution for this. This is a major problem. We need to look into this and fix while keeping up the security. Wow, is blocking all Safari on mobile. Anything past, hi Charles. Well, Mark, certainly wasn't your issue. Thank God on the you bringing up the Cloudflare. I didn't even think of that. Oh my gosh, 10 bugs. 2 accounts exist. One of them is an imposter. Interesting. I also don't like this. This can be a big security threat. I know what is going on. We'll send you a DM. Offline fix. Bruh. It does create accounts. I do know that. I do know that. Because there were some that were created just for testing, and Claude did that against my against my will. All right. Missing spaces. Yeah, I think we got that handled, did we not? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, this thing needs to go. This thing needs to go. I also may want to 5 votes. I want to tighten this up. I want to tighten up the whole first third as well. All right. Well, that might be because when the website was dying, it posted the same post like 20 times, deleted them though. You should read that 2FA in detail because it's a meme. Oh. Got it. Got it. Got it. Oh, it was deleted? All right, that's not good. Anyway, we're going to brainstorm live on video, not live, but on video, about, okay, we've done 135 days, vibe coding live. I'm at the point that tomorrow's going to be 36 days. Bridge Mind, Bridge Voice, Matt Miller, the man himself, the legend, the grandfather of vibe coding, said at 190 days, he's reconsidering everything. No, I'm kidding. But he kind of was like, it's a down point. And if you're making 185 and you kind of like hit a lull and then you're going to pick up, hit a lull, pick up, that's time for me to see what's ahead. It's kind of like you're in the Titanic, you see an iceberg. Do we react after the band stopped playing? Does the band continue playing? Or do we steer the ship, as I said yesterday in the post? Maybe we did have 59 posts. Or do we do this to high seas? To high seas. That's what I'm thinking. We steer it to high seas. And we're gonna brainstorm that on video. I do have a open house tonight though, so I have to do that really soon. And then I have that event. All right, boys and girls. Confirm the original never emits that string. The block is hitting residential users. I have a complete diagnosis. Here is, okay, how do you fight that? I already have the thing turned off. Replace it with the precise zone. All right, Mark Miller. We're gonna get you up and running so you can come in there and tell us what's going on in the construction site. Until then, earn the points ethically. That's the best way to say it. And we gotta fix this. The leaderboard should be already up there. Look at this. Chuck coming in at how many days? 38 days. Who's the next? Oh, 25, 20 days, 17 days. Did Trax log in today? Oh, look at that. Mark Miller, 3 days. Your best was 4 days. So if you log in tomorrow, you're tying. And then all time should be over here. It should literally be the opposite. Should literally be the opposite. And then we'll, yeah, we're gonna bounce some people out of the community. See, look at that. Look at that on the right side. That is a clean way to do it. I might take away shop. No, shop, you can shop for whatever you want. Oh, that's smart. I like that. Quick earn. I might do a rewrite of the points. Like the video. How many likes do we have? We got 3 likes. Fantastic. Fantastic. So everyone is so kind in the chat. So kind. Liking this. All right. I am so hungry right now. Did I have, yeah, I gotta eat something. No one's gonna want to sit next to me tonight. Dude, I wish I could do what Mark Miller did yesterday. He went for like 8 hours. He went to the bathroom, took a shower, ate food, walked his dog, did a workout. It's like, Charles, get a really good internet setup, pay, say, $150, $200 a month. There's no cable, because I don't care about TV. I haven't had cable since 2011. I don't care about streaming. I just get premium cable, premium internet, good cell phone. You get my triathlon bike, a nice trail I can easily run bike, and then maybe I can swim open water. Maybe snappy turtles in there so they can cut my toes off. All right, let's see. Summary, diagnosis complete, fixed stage. Okay, so it's Cloudflare. Their AI Labyrinth on the free plan is hard blocking legit visitors. I caught a real, okay, that's Optimum. Altice getting blocked, all right. A second false positive source challenges anyone with a threat score, all right. Yeah, you all have threat scores, by the way. Mark Miller's at a 0. Mark is no threat to the community. He might be a threat on the job site, but he is not a threat in the... Everybody's safe. The stage fixed. I'm not showing this because obviously it brings up stuff. Thank God you hid my token. Sheesh, how many times did that pop up? Honest take, I cannot flip these toggles myself. Like the bot management scope. And is stale. That is not true. The global key is not stale. I don't know why it's saying that. I have rotated that 12 times in the last month. It's stale, it's stale, it's stale. No, it's not. You're just an idiot. So nothing changed on Cloudflare yet. We'll get you up and running. Oh gosh, did you just say Finna? Take a lap. You gotta take a lap. It might be when the website was dying to post a re-up. Boys and girls, I know. Wait till we get our first girl in here, and she's like, "Ah, this is not a safe space." Yeah, take a lap for Saint Finna. 1 lap, take a lap. You got to go goalpost to goalpost. All right, boys, we're out. We'll talk about tomorrow. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the video, tell your boys at work about the video, because we're about to change it up, and we're gonna brainstorm it on video. Might be live, might not be live. You know what? Yeah, we'll see. It'll be recorded and it will put up how I brainstorm. Maybe up as a video on YouTube. Yeah, I'll do that. So it's me just staring up in the air and just thinking, and no, on the whiteboard, it's much better. All right, get out there, touch some grass, take a lap. Why is this a thing? And see, a bad badge could be awarded. Yeah, if you're a timeout. You But why is this a thing in timeout? Just have a timeout button right here. A TO. I press that, he's got a half an hour timeout. Oh, man. All right, I'm out.